Hello, I'm Bunny. This is my husband, Senpai. And today we had our anomaly scan. And it's actually 20 weeks and 3 days. So I'm going to be talking about my experience so far at 20 weeks. And the anomaly scan, if you choose to have it, tests for quite a few things, but it can't test for everything because the baby's still quite small, like about the size of the palm of your hand. So about 6 something inches and 10 ounces or 10.5 ounces according...
About half a pound.
So
Just over half a pound.
Not bad. And it's amazing what a few weeks can do. And baby Kiwi is so much bigger now.
So much more detail. So the first thing we saw during the first scan was this little white flash that was the heartbeat. Now the heart was like, you could actually see the heart, you could see the valves, you could see it all pumping in rhythm and stuff.
Yeah, and they have this color thing, technology stuff, where there's like blue lights and red stuff, and I don't know what's happening, but I think it's like the blood pumping around the body.
She said it was the blood pumping, it was just different. It was as it was moving them away and towards something or other.
The anomaly scan, the person mentioned tests for things like spina bifida or cleft lip, which I didn't know you could see a cleft lip in such a scan.
I didn't realise you'd be able to see it at this stage either, but yeah, she actually showed us the lips, they were absolutely fine. Yeah,
I saw the lips and nose, and she has thick lips, which is good, because thin lips are kind of unattractive.
We saw parts of the brain, and Bunny's convinced there are massive holes in the brain. There are 2 little bits just here that look sort of hollowed out. It's where the ocular nerves are. The eyes go into it, and there's like this. It's actually about here, but directly behind the eyes, there are these 2 little cavities that are about this big in a full-grown person, where all the nerve endings are for the eye. So it goes in, it spreads out and runs into the brain. So it's not empty at all.
And she was a little bit more wiggly than in the last scan, because in the last scan she was extremely relaxed.
She was just there,
didn't really move too much.
She was
but
moving all over the place this time.
Yeah.
Wiggle, baby.
Yeah. I thought she was going to troll me and be like...
She was very active up until about 10 minutes before the scan.
Yeah. And now I know that her head is actually on my left side. I mean, my right side. I thought her head was on my left.
Slightly, you can see me easier, like the belly button. It's about here, just below the belly button and to the right of it. Also, they said the placenta is actually at the back, curved up and far away from the cervix and nice and out of the way.
So it's like not growing where the cervix is, where the baby lives. And usually it's baby and then the placenta, but my placenta is on the back. And then if your placenta is on the front, that's why a lot of women, well, I'm not sure if a lot.
Some women.
But women who are like 20, 21, 22 weeks and are like, I don't feel anything, it's probably because your placenta is in the front.
At this point, we can confirm that she is, in fact...
A she.
Huge.
Well, with these types of scans, boys are pretty close to, you can't mistake a penis for anything else. But she didn't seem to see a penis at all, so they're confident enough that baby Kiwi is a girl. And I'm sure my parents will be really happy with that because they want a granddaughter. And I assumed actually that I was gonna have a boy because, like, okay, I'm gonna disappoint my parents one more time for the rest of my life, forever. So, even though I know I have no control over the gender of my baby, naturally speaking, anyway. And we have a picture. We have 2 copies of this.
We don't have 2 copies of it. 2 different pictures. They just look very similar.
Her head's very big. And she was in a really good position too. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, the women's doing the scan was saying that some babies can be, they'll be facing this way, so it's like you're seeing down the top of the head, but she was off to the side, so we got a nice, clean profile.
And according to when we saw the midwife later, that is actually a good indication that if she stays that way, then that would be actually really good for labor.
Yeah, because she's across here at the moment, but slightly tilted this way, so her head's a little bit down, which is good. It means she doesn't have to move very far to get into position. Because before they're born, they want to be facing straight down. She's already part way there.
Yeesh.
And the placenta's at the back there, so that's not going to be getting in the way either. We did see the umbilical cord as well, which they said is difficult to spot, but we saw it twice. Saw it at one point. I actually saw her at one point, her go like that and push it out of the way. It was right here next to her. And then we saw her a little bit coming down. No, we saw it 3 times in fact. We saw her a bit coming out the middle as well, and she was pointing out. Some people can mistake that for a penis. Like, it's the size of her bloody leg. Dicks are not that big. You know,
Maybe they think it's like adult size when you're a baby. My aunt, she's really excited about me having a baby, and then she tried to call me at 4 o'clock in the morning. Of course, I didn't answer because I was asleep. But I'm
day before yesterday, was it now?
yeah, I'm quite surprised. It's not like I was not close to my aunt. It's just that I didn't expect her to be this excited about a baby. I think she's more excited than my parents are.
There is, however, one person who is disappointed. That's my 12-year-old daughter. She wanted a brother. She's getting a sister instead.
Well, girls during this type of scan are not 100%. So, there's always that opportunity.
She's convinced it's going to end up being a boy no matter what. It's like, we could do like a chromosomal check, and she's like, yeah, they probably just got that wrong as well. It's a girl.
Okay. Some of the things that I mentioned to the midwife is, because I got a letter recently about having a cervical smear, or they do something with the cervix to test if you have cancer, and then I asked if you can do that while you're pregnant, and she said, no, you have to wait until after you're pregnant. So it's nice hearing that from a medical professional, because on the internet it was like, maybe, because...
Well, it's probably one of those things that varies from area to area. You know, different countries have different things that they say, and a lot of things with medicine aren't 100% sure. It's like you could see, it's like pros and cons. It's like maybe there's a negative if you do it here, but maybe there's a negative if you don't do it.
I'm very interested in taking what do you call it?
Antenatal.
Antenatal classes. I keep saying anti. I'm not anti-babies.
Like once.
I said it during my...
Almost said it.
Yeah. So, antenatal classes, because I have no experience with babies at all. The youngest child I've ever babysat was 4 years old, and she was an independent 4-year-old compared to most
4-year-olds.
Yeah.
To be honest. By the time they get to about 2, most kids are pretty they're pretty independent. I mean, they still physically need you to do certain things for them, but I, on the other hand, have literally had babies around me since the day I was born. Literally. I mean, not like every single waking moment, but there's been a period for like maybe 2 or 3 years out of my entire life when there haven't been babies around on a fairly regular basis.
I don't think there's anything else we can talk about other than showing my belly, which I don't think is really that big for a 20-week belly, but...
Especially considering the size of her.
I'm only 4'11", but then...
Like,
if there was something wrong with baby Kiwi, they would have said it, and then I looked at everything.
yeah,
I talked about the
nice and clear. Well, like,
amniotic fluid. They didn't say anything about it, so...
Said everything went great.
And she said baby was fine, so yeah. Great.
I loved seeing the spine personally.
It looks
You
really
know when
cool.
people get those really tight knotted braids that fold in on each other, look like one of them straight down the middle of her back. Nice and
We saw
firm.
her ribs and
Yeah,
everything
see
like
her
that.
ribs as well.
So belly shot time.
Yeah. That's your bum.
Oh.
This
Is belly.
is belly.
So yeah, I showed my belly last week and 2 weeks ago, and I don't think
Baby's head's about here.
I don't think there's any difference.
No. It's really amazing just how small you are. I mean, you do have nice wide hips for your size, but she's as wide this way. This much is the same as my thigh. I'm a fairly big chap, but even so,
Front view.
you know,
And there's front view.
Yes.
Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. And
Yeah, baby head is about
and side view part 2.
here.
Ugh.
Dun, dun.
Oh, I can't.
This is a baby belly.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't look really that big, and I'm only 4'11", but then the baby is normal size, so I guess there's a lot. I guess I'm like Doctor Who's place.
TARDIS.
Yeah, the TARDIS. I look small on the outside, but I'm pretty big on the inside, I guess.
I mean, baby Kiwi is the right size, so she obviously has enough space in there. The only thing I can think of is the reason Bunny's not blowing out as much as some women's do is because she's so small. Her organs are smaller and thus can compress more easily.
Perhaps.
That's what I'm thinking.
So, yes, that is all.
We're done.
I've been Bunny.
And I've been wondering, are we going to do an update again on Sunday, or are we going to leave it till next week?
We'll see how we feel.
Are we going to do a 21-week update, like 4 days from now, or wait until week 22?
Maybe wait late-ish.
Suppose you'll find out in the next one.
Yeah.
Same bad time, same baby Kiwi channel.